Caliburn. Caliburn, golden sword of the victorious, is the holy sword that is the symbol of the king pulled from the stone of appointment by King Arthur under the guidance of Merlin. With the words "Whosoe'er pulleth out this sword of this stone is rightwise king of all England" engraved in a golden inscription on its hilt, it became the symbol of England's king of knights once it was pulled from the stone. It looks similar to Excalibur, which she later received from the Lady of the Lake, but it is a different sword and its characteristics as a Noble Phantasm also differ. It is not as strong of a sword as Excalibur, as the swords of kings are often lowered to the role of fancy decorations due to being symbols of authority. The cost of being a dazzling sword is that its grade as a weapon is inferior to Excalibur. It was broken in a battle in which the rules of chivalry had been broken by Arthur, and she later received the new holy sword of the Lady of the Lake. Despite that, she has a stronger attachment to Caliburn. Merlin claimed that she would no longer be human after taking hold of it, as a king is someone who kills everyone to protect everyone. Once she pulled it from the stone, the area filled with light, making her something inhuman and stopped her physical aging. Many knights thought it to be ominous, while most praised their master's immortality as divine. After the sword was destroyed, Excalibur and Avalon later granted the same properties. Originally, it was a sword for the sake of selecting the king. Its anti-unit classification does not refer to the enemy, but instead point to the one who shall have ownership over it from now on. When the owner turns into a proper, perfected king, its power will become appropriate for a holy sword. Although inferior to Excalibur, this holy sword also converts the magical energy of the owner into heat values, releasing it as particles of light. If this is employed in battle as a weapon, and its true name is released, a firepower on the same scale as Excalibur will be displayed, but its blade will probably be unable to withstand Artoria's magical energy and break. Artoria lost Caliburn due to a trap set by her evil sister, Morgan Le Fay. However, it was a necessary ritual to obtain Excalibur. Though it is a weapon forever lost that will never exist again, Shiro Amiya, upon seeing Saber's memories in his dreams, becomes able to project it during the fate route. Due to having no real experience with projection, the weapon mostly uses the stored memories of Saber wielding it to attack and defend while merely pulling Shiro along. Despite being weaker than Excalibur, it is still a very strong sword capable of cutting through Godhand. Once used by Saber and Shiro at the same time, they are able to smash through Berserker's axe sword, slash into his body, and release an attack of light similar to Excalibur from the inside that kills him 7 times with a single attack. It is derived from swords with similar legends, such as Graham, the sword of supremacy in the tree from Northern Europe, as Caliban was the model for it, and Meriadoc, the original model of the legends of the swords of selection in the various lands of the world and the foundation of the sacred right to select the king. If Caliban were to face them, it would lose due to being a newer incarnation. Please watch me. I will bring you victory. Sword of selection, grant me power. Cleave the wicked. Caliban. Saber Lily, Fate/Grand-Order. Artoria Pendragon, Lily, also known as Saber Lily, is a Saber class servant introduced as an alternate form of Artoria in Fate/Unlimited codes. She is summoned by Ritsuka Fujimaru in the Grand Orders of Fate/Grand-Order. Better known as Arthur Pendragon and King Arthur, a child born with the destiny to save the Isle of Britain, which was heading towards ruin due to the fading of mystery. She is an incarnation of the dragon, a red dragon who would protect Britain, created by the plan of the previous king, Uther, and the magus Merlin. As a result, her heart was replaced with a dragon's one, Pendragon, the last name used by Artoria's family. In this state, she is known as the Night Princess, who wielded Caliban as an inexperienced knight that had just began walking down the path of a king. To learn more about the world, Artoria traveled the land and engaged in many adventures. The people she saved in his time called her the Night Princess for her brilliance and beauty. Her party during the countrywide tour was made up of herself, her stepbrother, Sir Kay, and the attendant magus Merlin. Their adventures usually started with Artoria meddling in something or Merlin's humor getting out of hand. Kay would usually end up being the one trying to undo the damage the other two had caused. Development. Hirokazu Koyama is the weapon designer for Caliban. If you want to support me, check out my Patreon at https://www.patreon.com/Kayashin. I tend to polls that decide important plot stuff in my P at Trian. Many thanks to my awesome patrons. Ben Phillips.
If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later, bye bye.